Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we will have an individual reading for, oh crap, may I say the name right? Jeongyeon. Hopefully I was right, and if not, I apologize in advance because yeah, I will be saying her name over and over, and then if I butcher it every single time, you guys are going to be cringing on the other side of the screen. And yeah, I guess I'll just apologize in advance. I don't apologize over and over. But this is a Twice member that people have asked for a while now, which I find kind of funny because the previous video was of another person that a lot of people have been asking for a while as well. I believe she is already back in Twice, just that Twice hasn't had like a comeback yet with her back on stage and stuff, so it's kind of like she's here but not really. Well, I don't know how you guys feel about it. And all I have to say, warning before we start this video, is that I don't really know much about her. However, I will have to mention this. My sister watched 16 and I kind of just, the survival show, and I kind of just joined her once in a while, asked once in a while what was going on. So I now have like a better idea of how they were like 5 years ago. So of course they have changed and become I want to say completely different people, but they've evolved into the character that they are today and the person that they are today. So of course they have changed, and of course I guess I feel like I'm kind of late to the party. So yeah, in this video, now getting back into the video. In this video, we'll check Jeongyeon's current energy, her career, her love life, and any healing messages. And we have our cards right here, which we have a special guest right here with our card captor Sakura cards. We have our oracle and our tarot, and we're just gonna dive right into her current energy to see how she's doing right now. So we are going to start with the white deck. How is Jeongyeon doing right now? How is her current energy like? How's it going? What is up? We have like a bunch of cards coming up. So first, we have the Queen of Cups reversed, the Chariot upright, the King of Wands, the Hangman reversed, and Temperance reversed. So whatever she's going through is very important to her character, is very important to her life mission, or it is very important with whatever, I guess we could call it fate. I was gonna say contract, right? I always see fate as like a contract we have with life, and I just didn't want to say contract because I'm assuming all of you guys will just think, oh, whatever, career contract she has, which is not what I'm talking about here. In this case, I feel that we have big things going on because we have kings and queens, and then we have 3 major arcana right off the bat. So this tells me that there's a sense of balancing a lot of aspects, all of the dualities that we all carry. The first thing that I'm thinking of is her masculine and feminine energy, because we have the Queen of Cups and we have the King of Wands, which makes sense based on her career. There's a high chance that she has to carry on a lot with her masculine energy rather than her feminine energy, meaning that she has to show more of this forward energy, let's work hard, this what is it called, kind of like on your face type of energy. That's usually how I see the masculine energy. And she may have pushed a little bit back her nurturing side, and by nurturing I mean within herself, not necessarily that she's not a caring person, but more as in like maybe she's not taking care of her emotional department. So if there's things that she's not feeling comfortable with or okay with, she's kind of like pushing them on the back of her head, maybe not listening to what her heart desires as much anymore, and that could be the reason why life gave her like a timeout to just get herself together. This Hangman reverse kind of feels like there's this sense of, I'll take out a clarifier in a little bit, but it kind of feels like there might be a chance that she's not seeing all the pieces to the puzzle. She's not seeing all the sides to the coin or something like that. Like she's not able to see the full picture of her situation, and that could be a little bit frustrating to her. There's also this other duality of that is supposed to balance herself. So her outside persona and her inner self, like that kind of idea, like that's a thing that could be bothering her, or like that has to be balanced, or the way that she shows herself in the public eye and the way that she treats herself under, like, outside of that area. So it's kind of like I'm getting there might be a big emphasis between her 4th and her 10th house. So that balance between Capricorn and Cancer energy, as those are the rulers of those houses. So providing her status, her public image, and her, I guess, her family in a way. And then providing for herself and home and stuff like that, right? So there's like that type of duality going on as well. There's also the sense of like positive and negative energy. And I don't necessarily mean positive and negative energy in the, I guess, common way of thinking about it. I don't necessarily mean as in good and bad. I mean it more as in, I guess, a scientific way. And by that I mean like an energy that's going one way and then an energy that goes in the opposing way. It doesn't necessarily mean that one's better than the other. It just means that they're going in opposite ways. And that's why we have a positive and a negative, but not necessarily as in this is good and this is bad, if that makes sense. So that's the other sense of balancing. I don't think she has tapped much into her spiritual side. So I don't think this is anything between the 5D and the 3D, even though she might be interested in the supernatural, but I'm not too sure about that. I was getting that she may be big into animation. I can't call it animation necessarily. I guess you guys will know it more as anime. Or, yeah. I don't know why I thought that was interesting to think of. So, that's one thing. The other thing that I'm getting currently is this chariot energy. And usually in the chariot, as you can see, we have 2 horses and they're facing in opposite directions. So that kind of goes with a positive and negative idea, which is this feeling of you have 2 paths or 2 options, and these energies are kind of pulling away from each other, and you have to pick whichever you prefer or whichever you like the best. And that's kind of what I'm getting with that chariot. This Queen of Cups reverse kind of feels like she's definitely embodying this King of Wands very well. She really is. So powering herself up to go forward, get things done. The King of Wands is usually shown as Aries energy. So maybe being a little bit impulsive, putting herself out there, getting things done, getting that work done, getting herself pumped to be on camera, stuff like that, right? So it seems like she's doing very well on that aspect. However, this Queen of Cups reverse tells me that she's kind of finding it a little bit difficult with the other sign, which is Scorpio. And usually I separate Scorpio and Aries, and I say, oh, Scorpio is ruled by by Pluto, and Aries is ruled by Mars. However, back in the day, or some people see Scorpio being ruled by Mars, meaning that we have kind of like we have a very strong Mars energy, I guess you could say. And by that I mean is the energy of someone that is very driven, motivated, and ready to work, or ready to chase after their dreams and make their desires a reality. So something like that, right? And I'm getting that there's still some healing that has to be done or will be done. And I guess that's where the whole picture can't be seen, right? There's things that still have to be taken care of. There's still some balancing that have to be done. Because this balancing is something that's supposed to bring her inner peace. And not necessarily much else. It kind of feels as this is the main purpose of this balancing is for herself. And then everything else will flow nicely. Like other areas of her life. This Queen of Cups reverse also feels like this sense of having to nurture herself. It's kind of like someone that is like holding their heart, or being able to communicate what they want, not just take action towards what they want, but also being able to clearly communicate to themselves, okay, what is it that I want and how are we going to do this? but how are we going to do it in a way that we're emotionally stable, emotionally satisfied, fulfilled, rather than this is what has to get done and we're just going to go through with it, right? I do feel that there's still a lot of like tower moments that she has to go through, or a lot of death moments. And by death I mean the kind of like a phoenix rising, right? Death and rebirth, this sense of having to go through something where she will have to get rid of any baggage or get rid of any old ideas and then bring forth new ones. More after a healing period, she will be able to see things clearly or understand parts of herself that she hadn't noticed before, or she may have suppressed or ignored for a very long time. So I feel that right now she's kind of like in a transition period. That's kind of what it feels like. So I want clarifiers for all 5 cards. So for the Queen of Cups reverse, let's get a clarifier. We have the King of Wands again. That's funny. A clarifier for the Chariot. We have the 7 of Wands. A clarifier for the King of Wands. We have the Fool reverse. The 7 of Swords, and clarifier for Temperance. Why is this one here? We have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's this, I find it very funny because to clarify the Queen of Cups, we have the King of Wands again. So there's this very strong energy of having to balance this water and fire, which are opposing elements. However, someone that has fire is someone that is very forward, very driven, very passionate, and in a sense impulsive. And then water is more of like going with the flow of things. It's being guided through your emotions rather than your impulses. Someone that likes to go deep, someone that is creative and spiritual. So it feels like there's this, it's kind of like there's 2 minds. There's 2 ways of thinking about something, and that's where the split comes in with this Chariot. And I think she may be a little bit afraid of diving in the things that she's afraid of. So there's some fears, but these fears are not physical. These fears are maybe ways of thinking or desires, or it could be these are supposed to be like internal fears. So it doesn't have to be physical. It could be I don't want to say they're irrational fears, but that's how some people may perceive it. So this is the energy of the Chariot. It's split. It does not know what direction to go through or to, because there's a lot of fears that are still like accumulating like within her mind. There's a lot of Wands energy. So that kind of tells me that there's a lot of thinking about just taking action. And because of that, there is like a sense of leaving behind her heart. And by heart, I mean like leaving behind how she feels about things, leaving behind her emotional satisfaction and her emotional comfort. So it's kind of like she's forcing her way through life rather than just going with the flow of things. To clarify the King of Wands, we have the Fool reverse. So I have a feeling that this kind of tells me that there's this energy of the Fool, but it's not manifested in a healthy way. So this is not the opposite of like, oh, you're not taking that leap of faith, you're not trusting. It's more of you are taking the negative aspects of the Fool, and in this case is going forward impulsively without thinking further about your actions. It's like she's currently just doing things for doing them, but she's not thinking much of the consequences, or I'm not saying consequences in a bad way of like things are gonna go wrong. What I mean by consequences, I mean that there's still some internal healing that has to be done. There's still fears that she has, and because of that, she's not addressing them. She's just pushing forward. So I feel she's just creating more anxiety and more fears for herself. So I think that her energy of just wanting to get things done is actually affecting her in a way that could be, I'm getting detrimental for like in the long run, right? So something not too positive. I don't know if detrimental was really the word I was looking for, but that's a word that kind of randomly came up. To clarify the Hangman reverse, we have the Seven of Swords reversed. Now, I have to kind of clarify this one. Every time I get the Seven of Swords, in the Five of Swords, I tend to get like blocked automatically. So to me, it kind of feels like there's this sense of, if she's not addressing her fears, if she's just taking action for no good reason, and that's gonna end up hurting her a little bit more. I'm getting that it's like she's hiding this Queen of Cups behind this King of Wands. So she's putting this mask of just taking action, getting things done, and hiding the fearful side of her, the emotional side of her, this sensitive side of this vulnerable side as well. So it's kind of like she's squishy in the inside, but on the outside she's trying to show this fiery image to hide that one. So to me, the Seven of Swords kind of shows this. Oh, we have 2 sevens, so that could mean something. And the Chariot is actually 7, so that could be even more important. But to me, it kind of feels like she's going through this big moment of not even allowing herself to think things through. So I feel that she may be carrying a lot of baggage with the Seven of Swords, and that doesn't allow her to see things clearly, or she's not even thinking of what's good for her, in the sense of sometimes you have to let go of some things and just take the ideas that are beneficial to you or important to you or valuable to you, and leave behind the mentality that doesn't work for you. So I feel that she may be carrying a little bit too much, and that's why she can't see other things, or she may be taking the wrong idea of her situation and running with it in such a way that she can't see the whole picture, the bigger picture of her situation. And by that I mean, like, she may be thinking, oh, I need to just take action, and she has a mentality of, we have to get things done, we have to just work and work and work. But in reality is like, by doing that, she's just pushing this vulnerable side of herself that is not ready to take things the way that she's doing them. It's like she's kind of, we have water flowing, but it's stuck, and then she's burning with this passion of wanting to get things done. So now we have boiling water, and that could be very dangerous. I feel not dangerous in a super bad way. I mean this in the internal type of way. So if she ignores this for a very long time, it will start manifesting physically, which I guess we kind of have seen hints of that already, right? So to clarify Temperance reverse, we have the Three of Pentacles. So to me, this feels, can you hear the car with super loud music and all you hear is like the bass? Like, I can feel everything just shaking over here. So I'm getting this strong sense of disturbance. There's too much noise, but okay, I physically felt the noise. But what I mean with noise with her is like there's a lot of like contradicting energies and emotions and ideas and feelings going within her that have caused this imbalance, right? Because Temperance is supposed to be Sagittarius energy, reaching the higher knowledge, finding that balance, being patient, right? So I feel that her impatience shows with all of that Wands energy, especially with this 2 King of Wands that popped up. So there's this huge energy of just wanting to get things done and taking action, and that is the impulsive, fiery energy that she has within her. However, it has to be balanced with that water, with that Queen of Cups, which I think is very important for her. Also, with Temperance reverse, we have the Three of Pentacles. She may be distracting herself by working with other people, or working with other people could bring her a sense of comfort, relaxation, and stability. But I do feel that the first thing that I got right away when I saw this card was actually that she should be careful, in the sense of, if she's not okay with herself, she could bring down the group that she's surrounded with. And I don't only mean twice. I mean like the staff members, I mean the production team and all of that, right? So by bringing down, I mean people constantly worrying about her or constantly wondering if she's doing okay, or maybe she's having a bad day, and because of that it brings the mood down for everyone, and by that it kind of creates this sense of feeling like she's a burden to other people, but that's because she's ignoring the issue at hand, which is within her. And I think that the only way that could be solved is by her own accord. By her own accord. It's not necessarily something that somebody else can heal that for her. They can help her, but they can only do that if she allows them, you know? It's not something that they can force on her. It's something that whenever she's ready to just be like, you know what, I need help on this, and this other thing. Sometimes just talking to someone, sometimes just seeing how other people treat her, or working with other people physically is going to allow her and help her find the balance that she needs, or come to the understanding of what's truly the issue at hand and stuff like that. So I feel that she's currently, I think I'm going to take out 2 more cards to just kind of summarize her whole current energy. So 1 more card. Let's summarize how is Jeongyeon doing? How is she doing? We have the Six of Cups. Okay, so with the Six of Cups right away, we have this idea that a lot of things from the past are coming back. May it be people, may it be situations, may it be I had to concentrate on the question, so like that I could take the card out. But yeah, the Six of Cups is the sense of like people from her past coming back, resolving old issues, maybe even blockages from past lives, going through baggage of past lives, or even things that happened earlier in her lifetime on this one. So I'm gonna take the High Priestess. Put those back. So it seems like, to summarize this whole thing, is that there's a lot of things that she's healing from the past to slowly become this High Priestess, which is someone that is balanced and at their highest power, their highest potential, full of confidence, full of self-awareness, as well as getting in touch with that intuitive side. And I believe those are pomegranates, and all I have to say is that I remembered the chocolate that I like. It's dark chocolate with pomegranate in it, and it's very delicious and it's very good, and I really like it. And I think that with her it kind of shows a sense of feeling fulfilled and feeling abundant and feeling satisfied. That's because of my view on pomegranates. But yeah, the Six of Cups also tells me that she may be learning a lot from her I don't know if she has siblings, but from her siblings and from her parents. And by that, I mean that she could be healing a lot of her inner childhood stuff. Meaning that there could be stuff that happened when she was young that she is slowly learning to and adapting towards her new lifestyle and her new way of thinking and all of those things. And by that, let me explain it. Let's say maybe when she was younger, she started to develop this fear of being alone. Or maybe she started to have abandonment issues. I'm not too sure why I'm talking about this, but this could be important. And because of that, as she was growing older and older, she started to heal those wounds slowly. Or she may have to heal those wounds, or else she will become too clingy and too overbearing when she's with other people, or too obsessive or too overprotective and stuff like that. All because she has abandonment issues. I'm not saying she does, I'm just saying that that's an example of something that, of having to heal like an inner child type of wound, right? Something that happened when you were young, and it has consequences in the future if those were never not treated, dealt with, or taken care of, or healed, or looked after. So it's kind of like everything from her past, any connections that she may have to heal will kind of have a conclusion and come to an end in such a way that she will resurface and be this High Priestess type of energy, which is someone that is connected to their emotions, because a High Priestess is it represents the moon, which is our subconscious and our emotions, and also Cancer energy, which is this Chariot, right? So she will finally be aligned and find a path where she's more comfortable, and she can clearly adapt to that path in a way that she feels emotionally satisfied and comfortable and fulfilled for sure. But with all of that, let's go on to the second section, which is her career. So let's start with her career. So how is Jeongyeon's career doing right now? Oh. We have new moon, a new start is coming. Well, if she came back, I guess that is a new start. Because she's coming back to the world being completely different. Or still different, you know. She wasn't gone for that long, but I have lost track of time, so maybe that's why, to me, it feels like she's been gone for an eternity. And the other card that we have is Cardinal Moon. Be bold and make the first move. Okay. Have you ever got... Like, okay, I don't know if you guys are tarot readers, right? But... So, some of you may not be able to relate to this, but have you ever looked at your cards and then when they pop out, you just kind of want to punch them and go like, what the hell? That's kind of what I feel right now. Because I was kind of saying that maybe she should tone down that impulsive energy that she has. And right now we just got a Cardinal Moon, which is be bold and make the first move. So I don't really know how to feel about that, right? I'm over here saying like, you know, she should hold down her horses and get it together, and then the cards are like, nah. Cardinal Moon. Okay. We have, as I'm like talking about this and complaining and everything, I just kind of came to terms to the fact that just because that card came up doesn't mean that she has to have that energy. It could be that that's just the energy she has. So, card, you are forgiven. No one's getting punched today. I don't punch my cards. That's ridiculous. Who do you think I am, guys? Okay, so how is her career? A new start is coming. A new moon. We actually had it. Wait, today's a new moon. That's interesting. We have Angel of Snow. So that card kind of is telling me this whole idea of like we're getting into spring. You know, like winter is melting away, and with that spring is starting. That's kind of what I'm getting right away. And then we have Malkuth, ground, the kingdom. So it kind of feels like there's this sense of having a strong root chakra. Like that's important, right? Having a very stable chakra. What is the other thing that I'm getting? This idea or this sense of understanding where she's standing on, rooting, like grounding herself and finding her roots. So I guess that could explain her Six of Cups earlier, like grounding herself, rooting herself, understanding herself. So I feel that that's the finding who she is as an individual to better influence her career. This Angel of Snow, it kind of goes hand in hand with that new moon. Oh, we have the return. So that kind of feels like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I've mentioned that I was gonna watch what is it called? Cardcaptor Sakura again. But I haven't done it because I'm too busy watching Fruits Basket. So because one of the things that I've always wanted to do with these cards is take one out and be like, oh, in the episode, this and this thing happened, right? But since I don't have that knowledge right now, in the sense of I don't remember, you know, I was very young when I watched the show, so yeah, of course I don't remember some things. So I don't have that knowledge with me, and because of that, we just kind of have to stick to the intuitive channel message that goes with the pure image with it, and of course the words. And so with a return, I think we're just getting this thing, right? A new start is coming because she returns into her career, which this Angel of Snow kind of reminds me of the end of winter, the beginning of spring. So things are blossoming. Everything is fertile. Fertilizer. No, I'm not thinking of poop. I'm thinking fertility. That's the word I was thinking of. Of like things are blossoming and growing and being abundant and things along those lines. I'm thinking of Turn Back Time. What was that song about? You know how Wavy has a song called Turn Back Time? I think I thought of that one because I was thinking of their new song. That could be it. The other card that we have is the Mist. So I feel like there's this sense of like clarity came towards her in her career. I think the time that she took off to physically get better was also a time that she took to heal internally as well. So this feels like the bottom of the deck we have the Dark. So I do think that's important, but I don't know where to put her. We're gonna put her right here in the middle. So there's like this sense of putting herself back together, understanding her, like doing shadow work, right? Because the Dark card kind of reminds me of, I mean, the Dark and the Mist look pretty similar in the sense of like you see this front view of both of these individuals, and then we see this high profile of the Return. I believe they're all women, so. Oh, one of the things that I got is like she's listening very carefully to her internal voice or her soul, I guess you could put it that way. So I think I'm getting that she had a lot of moments of silence. While she was getting better, it was this whole thing of being in her head and just having to listen, which is all those things that I think we kind of all experienced last year, right? That wanted or not, since everything kind of just stopped, it's kind of like time froze for some time, and because of that, things were difficult for everyone in the sense of you had to heal because you had to heal, because that's the only thing you could look at, right? There was nothing else you could look at. There was nothing else you could distract yourself with. So it was nice for some people and quite disturbing for other people to face themselves and see who they are and who they had to become. And I think with her and her career, the fact that she was able to stop for a little bit, it allowed her to do all of that shadow work, all of that healing, all of the... I'm not saying she's like 100% okay. All I'm saying is that at least she knows what the problems are at hand. I think. Or at least she knows there's something that has to be healed. Or at least she's aware that that her career is a way to distract herself from the real problem at hand. And I always say that in the sense of I continue saying the problem at hand, and I think that was the whole thing that we got in her current energy, which is the stabilizing and rooting and balancing and centering herself emotionally. I think that's the biggest one, emotionally. I think the Mist is this sense of things have cleared up. She's able to see things a little bit more clearly. Or in her career, one of the things that I've been kind of getting for all of the groups that I've been doing lately is this sense of nervousness, this sense of uncertainty, this thing of we don't know how our careers are going to be looking like. We don't really know what's up. We don't know what to expect. It feels like right now everyone is like to each their own. Everyone fends for themselves, you know. I scratch my own back type of thing. So I'm not saying that in Twice everyone is like in no man's land. I'm not saying that. I'm just kind of, and I'm not saying that they're not working together. I'm not saying that they don't like each other. I'm not saying that they're like oh my god, I'm thinking of Mean Girls, and there was this that, you know, that movie Mean Girls, and there was this metaphor of like because she comes from Africa, the protagonist comes from Africa or whatever, right? She was surrounded by animals, and when she went to school, you know, to a normal high school or whatever, she was describing them fighting as like the wild, or, you know, like animals fighting each other. And that's kind of the image that I got with the viewer. As by that I mean you guys. That's probably the image you guys got when I said, you know, that they're like in no man land, everyone's fending for themselves. Like, this is not the Hunger Games, guys. I don't mean it that way, but I do mean it in the sense that right now it feels like many of the groups that I've been reading for lately are kind of all starting to think it's about time we do our own thing, because we don't know how the group schedules are going to be looking like. And by that I'm talking about yeah, all the top groups right now currently in the industry. So yeah, I'm not surprised that that I got the same feeling for Jeongyeon when I started with her career. This sense of dread, or this kind of sluggish feeling of like, oh, I don't really want to do this, or this hint of nervousness and not necessarily anxiety. It's just kind of like some hesitance, right? It's kind of like I don't see clearly as to how my career area is going to work out, but I'm just kind of happy to return and go back to the routine. However, I do feel that it was not necessarily easy for her to come back, but she just kind of pushed forward and got that done. However, there's still this sense of having to ground herself before she goes through with things and continues down her path. So yeah, I do feel that there's this return card is telling me that there's still some healing from the past, or past baggage within her career is still affecting her. There's still some things within her heart that she has to heal. Her third eye open in the sense of she's more aware of herself. So, what do we see for her career? What else is there to say? Wait. So we have the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of the King of Pentacles reversed. So there's a lot of court cards. So there's a chance that maybe there's a lot of okay. Now, bottom of the deck, we have the World reversed. So there's this sense of like there's a lot of people within her career and her current energy that are kind of like not getting in the way necessarily, but they're like very important to her and it's kind of bothering her or something like that. Or again, there's this sense of having to balance herself, right? So it's kind of like the world is not ideal right now in the sense of her external environment is not stable. By that I mean maybe things in the company are not going ideally, or things are not set up for the plan that life has for her in her career. Or there's also like this I'm kind of getting dizzy. So I do feel that the World reverse represents this overwhelming feeling of things are not stable, or of things are not set on stone yet, things are still shaky, things are not on concrete yet. So it's still very difficult to say what's going to happen in her career. Or there's this sense that there's a lot of overthinking within her career, because I feel like a lot of activity in my head, to the point that I'm feeling almost like dizzy. The other thing that I'm kind of getting with this King of Pentacles reverse is that she may not feel, again, we have another cardinal sign right here. We had the King of Wands in her current energy, and now we have the King of Pentacles reversed. So I feel that she doesn't feel grounded in her career. She doesn't feel successful. She doesn't feel in control. She doesn't feel like she has the best image under her public eye. She may feel like she's not networking like she wished she could. This Queen of Wands reverse shows that she doesn't, because that's Leo energy, so it feels like she can't stabilize or ground her creativity. She may feel like she lacks the confidence and the positivity in her career, because we have yellow, and then Leo is ruled by the sun, which the sun represents our conscious image, if you want to put it that way. So yeah, or she may feel some sort of I'm getting Sun and Saturn big time, because the King of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and then the world is supposed to represent Saturn, the planet. So there's this whole thing of going through very, very hard lessons of her self-image. So I do feel that her return has caused her to see a lot of things about herself within her career. Next we have the Queen of Wands reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hermit reversed. So there's this, So I got very happy when I saw the Knight of Pentacles. So this kind of tells me that in her career, she doesn't feel like a King of Pentacles, but she feels like a Knight of Pentacles, meaning that she is overanalyzing things, overthinking things. She is working very hard. She's organized. She is like a worker bee. Like she's just getting things done. However, we have Virgo energy twice, and she's doing a lot of physical things to get her work done, but she's not doing the internal work, right? Because the Hermit is supposed to represent an energy of someone that is internally healing themselves, getting that internal knowledge and that alignment of who they are. So that it feels like in her work, she's happy and content because that side of Virgo is satisfied. However, the internal one is the one that is not satisfied, is not fulfilled. So there's this healing and self-service that she's not doing for herself, of course. And we also have the Queen of Swords reversed, which I have to say, all of her queens have been reversed. Her Queen of Cups in her current energy was reversed. Her Queen of Wands is reversed right now, and her Queen of Swords is reversed, telling me that she's not nurturing herself the way that she should, or her actions are not nurturing. So her feminine energy is very out of balance for herself, and not even her masculine energy is that healthy either, if her King of Pentacles is reversed. But she's a knight, so she's not as mature as she wished she could be within her career. So I do feel that this sense of not feeling successful or not feeling in control within her career is a big thing that she's going through right now. So yeah, this Queen of Swords reverse tells me that she lacks the assertive energy that she should have with her words. So I think that she might be someone that feels like she caves in very easily to whatever she's been ordered to do for her career. So if the company says, oh, well, this is the schedule, this is how things are going to get done, I feel that she tries to see the positive in it and just get the work done without resisting much. And there's also the sense of like, she may feel like maybe her words are not heard, or she may feel like she can't express herself freely and clearly. And there's this sense of, because it's Aquarius energy, so it's kind of like Leo and Aquarius are reversed, meaning that her values are not, her core values or what she believes in are being ignored, not necessarily disrespected, just ignored. I feel that that's a big thing. It's just people are not paying attention or looking at it or taking it seriously. But I feel that's because she doesn't speak up about them. It's like she prefers to keep it to herself and just pretend there's no issues, there's no problems, there's nothing to worry about. So I think that's the main thing. I feel that if she were able to communicate at least within herself what the problem was, then she will be a step closer to solving that issue for herself. So yeah, it feels... I'm going to take out one Moonology card to see if there's anything physical that we will see within her career. We have New Moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. So I'm getting that there's a high chance that when she returned, the physical thing that manifested for her career was that people saw her very happy, probably within the group, within the staff, within the production team, within her co-workers, or saw the support that the family was giving her, if any at all. And by that, I mean, not that they did it as much as I mean that I don't know if it was too public or like if fans were able to see it. I know fans know a lot more than some want to admit. So, yeah, I'll just leave it there, right? Someone must have seen something that says, oh yeah, her family was there to support her, the group was there to support her, everyone's happy, everyone's content, everyone's satisfied. That kind of thing. So I do have to say that she seems to be surrounded by people that love her and support her, and she loves them and supports them back, and that gives her stability and support. But of course, the real unstable part of herself is inside of her, so that's what has to be grounded and dealt with. So yeah, let's get more into... the next area that we're going to look at is her love life. which I don't know why. I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad, but I fear it could be. Because I feel like I've been too serious in the other two areas that we've looked at. So I'm going to start with this card. So, how is Jeongyeon's love life? How is her love life? Oh man. We have Yesod, connection. So she could... Oh, and we have Angel of New Lives and that one, which is also the angel of music and creativity. I want one more card. So what is going on in her love life? And then we have the Angel of Truth. So this kind of feels like she may have a spiritual connection with her love partner, and it let me take that back. Maybe not necessarily spiritual, but there could be already a link or connection between her and her partner, her romantic interest. I feel like a flower has been offered, so I thought of the Knight of Cups. So a love offer has been given and taken to her. Seems like there's this divine power that is working in making this happen and making it true, and making it possible, right? Assuring that the path is good, it's okay, that she's healing and that her person's healing. I was thinking of Gemini, so I'm not surprised, because right here I've thought of Gemini energy because they look like twins, right? And then we have the Angel of Truth. So I think that, what am I getting? Is this sense of she may be discovering the connection, she may be understanding the situation she's in her love life, or she may be aware subconsciously that someone's coming soon, or something along those lines. The truth could also be that she may be aware of the healing that has to be done within herself, or the potential of having this romantic interest and stuff like that. So we have Full Moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. The other card that we have is New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Another card that we have is Hold Your Vision, Fifth Moon. We have Faith in Your Dreams, Watching Crescent Moon. And then we have Full Moon in Libra, a win-win outcast is forecast. And then on the bottom we have Nothing Will Come of the Situation, which I am kind of sad about that. Okay. So what do we see? A time to give rather than take. Every time I see this new moon in Virgo, I get this energy of someone that it's kind of like the equivalent of the Queen of Pentacles reverse. It's someone that needs to heal themselves and take care of themselves and be of service to themselves, because Virgos are very good at doing service to be of service to other people. That's why they're very good workers, because they just like to get things done. They feel useful and helpful when they just get things done. I'm saying that because of my moon in Virgo. I can relate. And this energy of the answers you need are coming. Like, this definitely feels like her energy. There's this sense of like she's understanding her situation. She's understanding her footing, where she's standing, her mentality, what has to be healed, the situation she's in within her career and within her inner self. Like, it seems like she's been aware of that, or slowly understanding it a little bit better. We have Void, of course, Moon. Nothing will come of the situation. And I'm getting this sense of overthinking, because we have Gemini and Virgo both are ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is a planet of communication. And right away I felt like the nothing will come of the situation got me thinking of overthinking. Which is this sense of she may be aware of a potential romantic partner, and the truth is there, right? Like, there's a romantic partner, we want you to be with this person because we feel that this person will be very healing and will be like a dream come true type of thing. However, there's still a lot of healing within herself that has to be done before she could have like a healthy relationship with this other individual. However, the nothing will come of the situation tells me that her overthinking could be like creating this wall within herself and this individual. But now let's get to know this individual a little bit better. So we have Hold Your Vision. I think this is someone that they offered like they confessed already, or they have offered like, you know, it would be nice if we were together. Have you ever thought of in a relationship or something like that? So they kind of like already dipped their toe in the water, you know, tested the waters. And I feel that with this Hold Your Vision, it's kind of like, be patient. It will eventually work out. Just give it time, though. It feels like there's this sense of like there's still some healing that has to be done within this person, that, you know, within Jeongyeon, that she still has healing to do. And that's why this individual that has made their offer is kind of like, you just wait, because we have faith in your dreams. So if they dream of having a partner and making their dreams come true, it will take some time to make things happen and make them work, for the obvious reason that there's still some healing that she has to do. And that's why this individual will have to wait, even though it's kind of guaranteed that that they'll be victorious. And I just realized that right here I read a win-win outcome is forecast. However, I was actually thinking of the other card, which is a new moon in Libra, which represents the new romantic cycle begins. So I think that says something, right? Oh, one thing that I'm getting is that this individual will be a counterpart that will balance her current state. Because here we have a fixed moon, and that tells me that it will help all of the fixed energy that was out of balance and out of whack in her career, but also, as we saw with her Queen of Cups reversed, in her in her current energy. So now I want one card to represent Jeongyeon, and one card to represent her counterpart, and then one card to represent their connection. So let's see, how is she doing? One card to represent her. We have the lock, which I'm not surprised. She seems to be very guarded. She has her walls up. There's so much healing that I remember we mentioned the whole thing of, how do you call it? I literally lost it. I looked at this card and like I lost it. I lost my train of thought. Oh, that she was so squishy inside, so she has this mask of this King of Wands. This person is represented by the dash, so it tells me that this is someone that understands that fiery, impulsive energy that Jeongyeon carries. However, this dash card kind of tells me that it's someone that moves forward without holding back. That's what I'm getting, but how should I put it? It's like someone that when you meet, if this person likes you, they'll tell you right away. It'll be kind of like, I understand that this may be a little bit too forward, or that I am rushing things a little bit, but I want to let you know that these are my intentions. So that kind of thing, right? I feel like this is someone that is very good at communicating what their intentions are, and they're very good at, I think this is someone that's very charming, because I don't think someone with that type of attitude can survive if they weren't charming. I think, yeah. So one card to understand the connection that they have, to represent their connection. I do feel that this counterpart is someone that is very cute and fluffy. So I feel that it's someone that a lot of people will find endearing, or a lot of people will find like, oh, we have to protect this person type of energy. Because I'm getting that this person could be a little bit aloof, even though their values as like what they care about in life and the way that they see life is, they're very strong and grounded. At first glance, this person's gonna look a little bit aloof. And by that I mean like someone that kind of seems to have their head in the air. So it could be a Libra. It could be someone that is very airy. So they're very good at communicating and saying, this is what I want. This is my intentions. However, that doesn't mean that... That could mean that their head is somewhere up in the clouds. And they're grounded, but it may not seem like that at first glance. And I keep shuffling and no card falls. And shuffling. So I continue shuffling and shuffling. What is there? An energy, a card to represent their connection together. An energy to represent their energy. Oh my god. I feel like I can't shuffle anymore. Like, or like I'm shuffling and shuffling. Maybe there's no card that can represent them. Maybe. That's the issue. Aha! Oh, there's two. Oh well. We have the sand and we have Libra again! Whoa, 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 whoa! Can you tell? I think I'm reaching the 5th dimension already. For those of you that do not know, the 5th dimension is when I'm so tired that I kind of go full on automatic. It goes automatic. And because of that, I feel like I get a lot more sillier and things don't make sense because my brain just can't comprehend anything anymore. So I'll do my best to finish this reading. It's my fault for starting recording at 11 p.m. or something. It was not 11 p.m. It was probably like 11:30 something p.m. So now it's like 12:55 a.m. and I'm like dead tired. So the card or cards that represent the connection between Jeongyeon and her love interest. I can't say counterpart because I don't think they're together. So her love interest is the sand and Libra, meaning that it's supposed to balance each other out. I feel that the sand tells me that there's going to be a lot of little details, a lot of like nitty gritty things that they will look at each other and kind of mirror in a way. But I think it's supposed to be so they can both help each other grow and heal and be balanced, right? Here we have moon and we have the sun, and I do feel that with Jeongyeon we have a lot of sun energy, meaning a lot of masculine energy. So I wouldn't be surprised that her partner or this love interest is someone that actually has a lot of moon energy, meaning a lot of feminine energy. I'm not saying it's a woman, I'm saying someone with feminine energy. And it could be someone that could definitely guide her and help her ground herself by being the counterbalance of both of them, right? So they're going to be equals. I do feel communication is going to be very strong for both of them. And I think that the fact that they both will see each other as equals will be very beneficial for both of them, because that will create a balanced relationship in the sense that they will be able to speak their mind and act however they want to act and talk things through like mature adults. And I feel that's very important. I do feel also with this sand that their first date could be in the beach for some reason. Or the other thing that I randomly got was that time is ticking, and then I thought of that Epik High song again. So I also randomly thought of Infinite. I think it's called Tic Toc. Then I remember Charming Eyes. So her counterpart or her love interest. There you go, love interest. Her love interest could have very pretty eyes. Could I'm not too sure. And then this red circle, so root chakra. So they're both are going to be very good at grounding each other and helping each other in that sense. Now, I am going to take 3 cards out. I'm going to take 3 cards out to see their past, present, and future. So Jeongyeon's love life, past, present, and future. Her past, her present, and her future. That is very nice, very good, very neat. So we have the 5 of Cups in the past. So That Five of Cups tells me that back in the day, in her love life, she was like, oh, it's hopeless. I can't find the person I want. I can't get what I want. Oh, looking at all the negative, looking at all the broken eggs, meaning past relationship. Maybe there's 3 different relationships she has gone through that didn't work out. But now here we have 2 little eggs of like, there's hope. She just doesn't see it. Like, there's people out there that like her and will be good partners with her. It's just that she's focusing, back in the day, she focused on what didn't work. Now in the present, we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed, meaning that she can't really work in her romance or her love life, probably because she's focusing on other areas of her life. So that's what's going on right now. Or if she had this negative mentality of like, oh, this pessimistic mentality in her love life, like, oh, my love life is cursed. You know what they say, when you're successful in your career, you can be successful in love. So maybe she has that mentality, like, oh, things are not working out, and because of that, she doesn't feel like she has the power to make things happen and make it true right now. But in the future, she's gonna be that Emperor energy, like an Aries energy, stable energy, Mars energy. Oh my god. There you go. The Knight of Swords just flew out, and I think I accidentally almost like folded this card, and because of that, I was panicking. Anyway, but with that Emperor, it tells me that in the future, in Jeongyeon's love life, she's gonna feel a lot more safe, a lot more secure, more powerful. Again, still a lot of strong masculine energy. So this is what I mean by masculine and feminine energy. Jeongyeon has a lot of masculine energy. That does not mean she's a guy. That doesn't really mean she's tomboyish. Well, she sometimes is, but that doesn't make her masculine. I don't think she sees herself as a guy. She just has masculine energy. She's still a woman. Just putting that out there, right? And I have a feeling that with her partner, it's going to be something similar. A lot of feminine energy doesn't necessarily mean it's a woman, though. Putting that out there. So yeah, let's continue. Oh, we have, okay, I thought that was the 8 again. I was like, what? The 8 of Cups? No, it's the 6 of Cups again, actually. So we have, to clarify the 5 of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, telling me that in the past she actually had a lot of, I don't know the word in English, but pursuers? Is that what it's called in English? When you have a bunch of, people approaching you and confessing to you and stuff like that. I think that's what it's called, Can you tell I'm tired? My brain just went poof. My brain just gave out. My brain was like, okay, I check out, bye. So now I'm like on my own. Like my body's just like, So yeah. So I have a feeling that a lot of people kind of came forward and were like, marry me, be with me, be my girlfriend, please stay with me, be my counterpart, be my lover, and stuff like that. And then we just go phew very quickly. And I think that she may have rejected a lot of people, or she may have said yes to some of them, but they didn't carry the seriousness that she was looking for in a partnership, or things just didn't work out in the past, and that's kind of what happened there. Like maybe it was a lot of like young energy of just fooling around but nothing serious. And currently we have the 6 of Cups to clarify the 8 of Pentacles reversed, so that kind of tells me that again we have the 6 of Cups reversed. So that kind of, I'm not saying again, we had the 6 of Cups earlier, but it was upright. So it kind of tells me that she's still healing the demons of the past, or healing that negativity from earlier, or healing things within herself currently. And that's the work that she's doing. She's doing that internal work, which could mean that the 8 of Pentacles is not physical work, but internal, non-material work, right? So she's working on herself right now. She can't really be thinking about love. But then in the future, we have the Emperor and the Page of Cups reversed, telling me that she may not, in the future, she's going to be confident. She's going to be, you know, I don't know why I got full of herself. I don't mean it in a bad way. I just kind of mean like full of confidence and optimism and power and stability that I think she may not even really listen or care about the love offers that are coming her way or more confessions going her way, because she's so concentrated on herself still. So I think there's still a lot of waiting her love interest has to do to get to her. So I am sorry, but Jeongyeon is not ready for love yet. But I think her love reading has been too long. So let's focus now on her healing messages. Okay, guys, I have a pregunta. Who do you think this person is? Put your theories in the comments below. I'm so tired. My brain just shut off. My brain is like, I will not participate in this reading anymore because we tired. Bye. And I'm like, oh. Don't you guys love when I'm complaining? I'm not complaining about this reading. I'm just complaining that I'm tired. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. Why do you do this to yourself? Okay. So what healing messages do we have for Jeongyeon? Right. Let's get back to work. Okay. So we have the chameleon spirit act as if. What? Right. I just love how my first instinct was like, what? Act as if. So there's this sense like she's divinely protected and just doing whatever she wants, however she wants, and she will be guided and taken care of. So if she wants to take more time off, it's like we will manage and provide time for you. It kind of feels like, look, if we need to do another physical hiccup so you can take some time off, we will do that. It's okay. Like, when I mean we, I mean like the universe is like, we got you. We got you. And this act as if also feels like, if you want to, you know, I know you're afraid of putting down your walls, but whenever you're ready to do that, we will be there to take care of you. We're going to make sure that you're surrounded by the people that will support you. We will make sure that you're going to get that loving that you need. You're going to get the people that you need and stuff like that. Then we have the armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries. And I feel that this set healthy boundaries is not between her relationships of individuals. Like, not her relationships with friends, family, co-workers. No. This is the set healthy boundaries within yourself and the areas of your life. So, you know, put a time out in your career, focus on you, or don't allow your thinking to intervene with your self-image and stuff like that, right? The next card that we have is the turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. So she is divinely guided to be like, if you need some time off to get your ish together, we will take care of it. Don't worry. Don't fret. Don't be afraid. We will figure out a way to make time for what you need. The next card that we have is the canary spirit. Sing your own song. So I'm getting this strong energy of, like, this kind of goes with the act as if, you know, do whatever you want to do it however you want to do it. We will take care of you. We'll provide for you. Just kind of trust that we have things ready, right? She had in her current energy a lot of cards that kind of represented her forward energy of getting things done and just pushing through. So it's kind of like this feeling of, don't worry, you don't have to do all the work on your own. You can rely on your spirit guides. You can rely on your environment. Don't worry. You can trust in us as well. The next card that we have is the dolphin spirit. This and that are true, which I feel is kind of like reinforcing the set healthy boundaries. It's like, you know what she said about healthy boundaries? Yeah, listen to that very carefully. That's a big thing. Okay, now let's get 3 more cards. What other healing messages do we have for Jeongyeon? We have the butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. which I think with this slow and steady wins the race kind of goes with this one. It's kind of saying, take your time to transform and heal and be the best version of yourself. It's okay. Transformation is beautiful. So healing your inner self, going deep within herself, will be definitely beneficial for her. And even though at the present moment it could be difficult, scary, terrifying, and challenging, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be rewarding at the end of the day. And I think that this butterfly spirit is kind of showing that she will eventually transform into the best version of herself. And that 11 reminded me of the pillars that are behind the high priestess. And then I remember that 11 is the number for justice. Okay. The next card that we have is the koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. I think I got this card in the previous video because I randomly felt the urge to get another card to understand what this plan is all about. So let's do that right now. Okay. So it's in protective mode, right? The koala spirit is reversed, meaning that there's a plan that life has for Jeongyeon, but they understand that there's some work that has to be done. So when it's a protective message, it's like the message that you read right here is definitely in the works. You could put it that way. So let's see. What is the plan, spirit? Let me be nosy. What is the plan? What plan do you have with her? Look. We're gonna be nosy, but we're not gonna be pruding. Is that the word? Yeah, I think that's the word. So, what area are you focusing on? Like, what this plan that you have with her? What area is it in? Aha. So the card that we have is New Moon in Capricorn, which is your work is paying off. Meaning, since we have Capricorn energy, is my detective side is coming out, and that means that it was in her career, in the section of her career, and we were talking about the sun and Capricorn, and it was the whole idea of Saturn and the sun, which is working in building structure, learning the hard lessons of her self-image and the way that she sees herself. So the plan is to use her career, use her public image and everything to find who she is and what she wants to be and heal all of that parts of herself. So that's what she's working on. And the last message that we have is the wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. So knowledge into wisdom is, if my brain was working, I will be able to tell you better. But what my subconscious is telling you is that when you want to turn knowledge into wisdom is when you get random facts, and when you internalize that information, that becomes wisdom. So when you apply random knowledge, random facts, random ways of doing things, when you look at other people and you're like, oh, so that's a thing that can be done, and then you adapt it into your knowledge, not your knowledge, like your logic, your way of doing things, your lifestyle, your routine, that becomes wisdom. It's kind of, the other thing that I randomly got was, I was about to enter the fifth dimension. We can't show this face of myself to the public. Because I was about to be like, when you see like and there I go, about to say it, the whole thing. You know how they show like an old wise man, and then they kind of say like, oh, okay, little grasshopper. So sometimes you have to look at what is in there. And then the little grasshopper, in this case, Jeongyeon, is like, what the hell is this old man rambling about? I'm sorry. I feel like I'm losing it. And then the old man is like, you will understand when you're old as me, kid. And then, the grasshopper is like, nonsense. And then they get old and they realize, damn, that old man was right. I feel that this is what this turn knowledge into wisdom is all about. It's like, this, spirit guides are like this very old people somewhere up in the sky looking down at her being like, my girl, this is not how we're gonna do things, this is how things work. Why are you so worried about not putting your walls down? You know, that's just being unfair and unjust to yourself, you know? And then they kind of go like, you baka. Right? Oh wait, how the Koreans say it? You babo, gobble gobble. Because pavo means turkey in Spanish. So, yeah. I hope you guys learned something today. And, you know, so they kind of go like, you know, don't be dumb. Well, she's over here on the ground like, you know, since she's living through the moment of things, being like, no, but it's difficult. I can't be vulnerable. You know, these people can hurt me and yada, yada, yada. And then, you know, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to stop it right there. I feel like I'm, you know, spitting some nonsense over here. But, yeah. The other thing that I got with that wolf, though, is that she has her pack with her. And when I mean pack, I don't mean like a six pack or anything. I mean a pack as in like a group of people that are her support system. I do mean physically, I do mean family and friends, but I also mean her spirit guides. I do feel that life is protecting her and taking care of her. And sometimes to the, what is it called? To the public or to the fans, it may seem like, oh, why are you punishing her? Why are you making things difficult for her? But it's just learning experiences. All those challenges and obstacles are meant to help her become the best version of herself and improve and learn. So that's the whole thing about turning knowledge into wisdom. Even I guess what we can call quote unquote punishment is supposed to be a learning experience. And yeah, I think that's what she's going through. But with that, I will end the reading here. Thank you for tolerating the is it like the last fourth or the last third of me just completely losing it? And and thank you to everyone that was patiently waiting for this video. Actually, were you guys even waiting for this video? Well, maybe the moment I did twice, you guys were like, she must do Jeongyeon, right? Like eventually. Well, here it is. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something new. Or at least I hope it was entertaining and fun. You know, it's okay. I will not take offense if you guys laugh at me towards the end of this video. Be like, what is she talking about? And what is the other thing? Oh, and if you see like the light changing over here, that's a humidifier, or like, I think it's a humidifier. Because here's the thing, I don't have breathing problems, thank God. So I don't necessarily need a humidifier. I just like it because it changes colors, and I can put like those scented oils so it smells good. And then it looks pretty in the video. What was the other thing? I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. What is the other thing? Please don't think that I am drunk or I have taken any sort of unhealthy substance. Let's just say that the unhealthy thing that I'm doing is not sleeping. So I will sleep after this video, you know. I think I'm gonna give the biggest smooch to my pillow when I reach my bed. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. What else was I going to say? We have the rest of Twice to look at, and I will reach that eventually. Actually, look forward to the rest of the members, which so I have a very strong feeling that this video is going to be super lengthy. So if you know, props to you if you were able to like power through the whole thing. But if not, it's okay. I take no offense either. It's fine. I understand. I comprendo. It's okay. 괜찮아. I don't know Korean, so I feel bad using Korean words, but that's the way that you learn, right? You just use the words, and eventually you'll learn how to use them. But yeah, well, is there anything else I want to say? I'm glad she's back, I think. I mean, I don't know if Twice is planning on having a comeback anytime soon, and we will be able to see her perform. I'm not too sure, but if we do, I hope that you guys welcomed her and loved her, and please continue doing that. Continue giving her that support, which is something that she definitely needs, and hopefully she heals herself eventually with time and transform into that beautiful, highest potential she could be of herself, right? I call it the best version of herself. Yeah. But now I will go away for realsies. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was entertaining or fun, or again, as I mentioned earlier, I hope this was you learned anything from this, and if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, I will definitely leave it there, and see you on the next one, whenever that is. Love and healing from my part to you, and again, see you on the next one, whenever that is. Bye.